This severe weather live briefing regarding the severe weather potential for Friday night and Saturday. This is Jacques Williams, meteorologist, and we're going to go over several different model runs and do a complete thorough evaluation regarding this severe weather event. So right here we're looking at the HRRR, and we're going to look at temperature profiles leading up to the event. So today we have moderate southerly winds coming up from the south, bringing in some warm air. Now across our region, it's a little cooler because we have cloud cover. Just out to our west, it's in the 60s. We're going to go ahead and skip on to tonight, and tonight it's going to be actually warming up slowly throughout the night and going to be continuing to warm up on the day Friday. Now, during the day Friday, this is the HRRR model, actually has some of the area here in this nose of energy that's ejecting up north from the Gulf of Mexico. You see we have 70s, 69 in Cape, and 67 in Marion, Illinois. And I do believe that this may be a little bit too conservative or right kind of close to our temperature range what we're going to have. And this is during the day Friday about 1 to 2 o'clock. So I want you guys to pay attention to here. This is the cold front right here. Low pressure systems up in this way, up over here near Iowa. And you have the cold front that's draped across right here. It's a very sharp cold front. And it actually gets a little bit sharper as it moves into the area. So now we're going to go ahead and look at the dew points. Dew points play a big factor in severe weather events. And this time in December, you don't need much. You need about 50 to 55 dew points. So what I'm going to, you could tell it's pretty, a little bit more humid outside today because of the southerly winds bringing that in. Well, throughout the night, it's going to get a lot more humid. Early Friday, we're going to start having dew points already approaching in the 50 to 55 range and almost 60 down in the Missouri Boot Heel and parts of central and southern Arkansas. As we continue on during the day Friday, you see this nose of instability, axis of energy here that is ejecting northward. And this is what I was talking about last night. We get this nose here of instability and energy ejecting up towards the north. It's going to allow much more vigorous storm and much more supercells to develop, and will also increase our tornado potential as well. And what you see here is actually as we go through the day, late Friday into Saturday morning, it continues to creep further northward, and that is not a good thing to have here in December when you have dew points in the 60s, low to mid 60s. So another thing we're going to go ahead and look at, we're going to look at surface-based K. This is basically instability in the atmosphere. And surface-based K, we're looking over here in southeast Missouri between 1,000 and 1,200. Down here in parts of Kentucky, we're looking at 1,200 to 1,600. Southern Illinois, we're looking at 1,100 to 1,500, which is plenty enough Cape this time of the year. And down here in Tennessee, we're looking at 1,700. And like I was saying, the nose of energy that is ejecting northward plays a big factor in our destabilization as well. We won't have a lot of sunshine during the day Friday. We'll have a couple peaks of sunshine and whatnot, but our wind shear is extremely strong on the low levels of the atmosphere, which will be plenty enough for damaging winds between 60 and 70 miles an hour, and a couple of strong tornadoes are very well possible. So we're going to look at the Supercell Composite. This Supercell Composite is basically an index of where the model thinks most supercellular storms will develop in any given area. And as you can see, like I was saying yesterday, the nose of energy is actually ejecting further north now. That's why they included most of the area, or almost all the area, in enhanced risk. I do think that there stands a chance of seeing a moderate risk somewhere down here being issued later on tonight or tomorrow. But parameters are very significant in our area and will continue to be significant in our area as we go through the night. I mean, as we go through Friday and Friday night, Saturday morning. You can see we have a couple areas of in our area of an 8 and a 9, which is very significant. So we're going to go ahead and look at the tornado Torcon index, is what some like to call it. Tornado parameters, basically computed ingredients, basically put into a model to depict where most of the tornadoes could possibly occur. And this is very significant. I see most of these systems when I chase out west in Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas. Normally at the peak of the season, normally not in December. It's not uncommon to have severe weather events in December. This is a very robust, dynamic, fluid system that will ever be changing on impact in the area. So there is a couple of areas here where I'm getting a 6 and a 6.5 on the Torcon value. And then over here, there's a couple spots in the latest run that's pushing about 8. And don't pay attention where the highest number is. This is a very broad area of incredibly good ingredients for tornado development. And as you can see, all of southern Illinois, southeast Missouri, western Kentucky, and most of Tennessee is underneath the gun, including Arkansas and the Missouri Boot Heel. And this is a pretty robust system, and there is a chance of seeing a couple of strong tornadoes within the EF2 slightly higher range. There stands a chance of seeing that. So Friday night between 7 p.m. and 4 a.m. is the time frame that we're looking at. Now, this is one of the main concerns I have is the discrete supercells that some of the forecast models are actually depicting um, could happen. And it's a very good chance of that happening. We get any isolated storms that develop outside of the cold front, any of those storms are going to go up very quickly and have the potential to produce tornadic-like characteristics. So we're going to go ahead and look at this is a simulated reflectivity model. Basically, it shows what the radar could look like at the time of initiation of development. So we're going to go ahead and look at first, this piece of energy right here is going to be the firing mechanism. Down here at 18Z, down here in Oklahoma and parts of southwestern Missouri. As this gets close to us, this is what's going to set up a boundary. This boundary is what anyone in the meteorology world, if you have a boundary that's set up in this area, you don't want the storms to become surface based and ride that boundary. If they do, you're most likely going to get couple of supercells that produce tornadoes. And this is what I'm seeing right here. This is 03Z Saturday night, about 11 o'clock roughly. We already have a helicity swap, and this is what I'm concerned with. If we get this boundary set up right through here, there'll be a boundary right through here from Van Buren, Wayne County, Madison County, Southeast Missouri, Perry County, north of Jackson County, Illinois, Mount Vernon, and Nashville, Illinois. Anywhere along this surface boundary, you can have supercells start to form, quickly become tornadic and discrete. And that is what I'm concerned with. And then this forecast model is not painting the picture for the squall line. I do believe there'll be a squall line coming in, a linear line of thunderstorms with strong to damaging straight line winds. And right now it's picking up on some supercellular activity and close to the low pressure area, which is right up through here, and the cold front's right here. So it's a very dynamic situation regarding this system, and it needs to be paid attention to, because don't pay attention to where these individual storms are at the time, because they could be within a 50-mile or 25-mile radius anywhere along this. And most of the supercellular activity, most of these storms will be going east northeast in general motion, um, at a rapid pace as well, given the amount of low level shear in the environment. So we're going to go ahead and go over to, this is the RAP model, something I don't normally use, but model consistency is important. And we're still showing the nose of energy being ejected up into the area. I'm going to go ahead and go to the NAM. We're going to look at this real quick. So, and the NAM is also showing that as well. And it's very close to the HRRR model, where we're having temperatures during the day in the couple of degrees off, but very close. And this is what I was talking about. Later on Friday night, you actually see more of a amped up trough. And when that happens, you're going to start having a more of a evection going up towards the north. And the tornado parameters are going to increase exponentially at that point. And you'll see that here as well, with some energy being displaced and sent off into Indiana, while new energies form down here to the south and southeast Missouri. Supercell Composite on the NAM is also aligned with the HRRR model as well. Model consistency is what you look for, as well as location and timing consistency. Timing and location is somewhat off right now, but it's honing in and it's pinpointing it much more accurate. And there will be adjustments, but some areas of southern Illinois and southeast Missouri, we're looking at, like here southwest of Jackson County, we'll look at a hodograph. A hodograph is a depiction of the atmosphere and what we're looking at. And it's something that I look at quite often. Surface base CAPE is 1422. Effective inflow is 1,117. Mixed layer is 1,344. Plenty enough ingredients to allow, and we have really nice backing and very, very, very strong shear, 100 and 200 and 300 millibar. Very good backing, very good strong shear. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning and you're going to see the clouds racing across the sky. That's what I'm talking about when we're talking about low level shear in the environment, in the upper atmosphere and lower atmosphere as well. So we're going to go ahead and look at the tornado parameters off the NAM as well, which is a Torcon index. Tornado parameters and ingredients in the atmosphere are the best favorable in that location for a tornado to occur. And it gives us a general idea of where best parameters are. And it's along that northerly ejection nose of energy and moisture that surges to the north as the trough amplifies as it goes across the area. And that's when most tornadoes, most supercellular storms will start to become tornadic and possibly produce some tornadoes, damaging winds. Hail is not a very big concern given the environmental time of the year and whatnot, but there is still some chance of seeing some small hail, but mostly destructive damaging winds between 60 and 70. And strong tornadoes, couple of strong tornadoes, couple of strong violent tornadoes are very well possible given in this environment here. And we will be intercepting, we will be live providing coverage on this event, covering parts of southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, and maybe Kentucky as well, and maybe even Indiana. It just depends. The goal in this event is to record the data, the scientific data, and intercept a weak tornado, EF0, EF1 tornado if possible. Intercept it, record the data, sample it, and go from there. But we will be we will be providing warning watches and products and live updates as this progresses. There will be another live update probably later tonight, probably about 10 o'clock tonight. We'll do another live update. Thank you all for joining and have a good day. And have a way to receive warnings and watch products Friday night. Charge your devices up and everything to make sure that you have sufficient battery and whatnot in your devices. Be prepared. Thank you very much for joining this live. I hope it covered some